What's up, guys? It's your girl Shay, and I'm back with a video live from my car. So I resigned from the post office, and I know some people may be like, I kind of saw that coming, because when I told a couple of people that, I kind of saw it coming. And when I asked them why, some of their reasons why kind of factored into my reasons why I did resign. So I resigned because the main reason is because I wanted to. The other reasons is just like gas is getting higher and higher. I was driving 6 days a week, 45 minutes just to get to work, 45 minutes to get home. Not to mention I was driving a lot when I was at work because we had a lot of deadheading. So most of our routes were driving routes, kind of like we weren't like doing rural routes where we were dropping straight into the box where we have to drive to get there. It was not enough houses to do a parking loop. So that was just kind of like, it was cool, I guess, but every so often you gotta snatch your bag up, like, no. So I love delivering the mail, but I just couldn't take it anymore. The negativity in my office, like the supervisors, managers, like didn't have a backbone. They kind of just like, if somebody said, oh, look at this person, what they got on, they would just be like, oh, well, they see that it's an issue, so now I got to make it be like it's an issue and I got to do my job. Like little things like that, like the same pair of pants that I had worn like from day one when I stepped foot on that post office ground, like all of a sudden, like 95 days later, it's an issue with the pants and I can't wear them. Although they had zipper, belt loop. I was just like, whatever. I just can't do it anymore. I was like a few days shy of getting my uniform allowance, but I just couldn't take it anymore. Like, small things would happen where we had a bunch of keys and they really weren't like identifiable or whatnot. So like you'll grab the keys, like, it's easy to grab a wrong set of keys. Like people make mistakes, and it's just like the way you were approached about certain things. Like, okay, if you this perfect, I want to be perfect just like you, like when I grow up, because what like you don't make mistakes, and it was just always something. It started to take a toll on my mental because I'm already working 6 days a week, only get 1 day to myself, and then even if I did get off work early, I still got to drive 45 minutes to get home. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I just had no time for me, and like everything that I had to deal with. Like before I would get to work, I'd be in like great spirits, like happy, you know what I'm saying? Like really enjoying life. And then the moment I get to work, I'm shot down by the negativity. I'm shot down by the foolishness in the office. And, it's like, it sucks when management can't even do their job. Like I had an issue with one of my coworkers, which I'm not going to say was an issue. I just didn't like the disrespect when I'm trying to help you out. Like, yeah, of course it's a part of the job description, but you're not letting me know by 1:30 or by noon that you need help, that you're running behind. So when I finish my route at 5 p.m., I'm taking the time out of my day because nobody's called me and said, hey Shay, I need you to go help so and so with their route. I'm making that decision. Like, honestly, nobody told me that I was going to have to come help you. So I'm asking you nicely, do you need help? And then you come back with a rude response. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel comfortable helping you. Not to mention, every time I want to go help this person with their route, I was never notified, hey, it's loose dogs on this block. It's loose dogs on that block. It was never a heads up. So I would literally get like one step from a dog about to tear my damn leg off before I was actually notified that there was a dog. Not to mention calling my supervisor, calling the post office, like trying to let them know, hey, there's a dog like right here in front of me. Like, you know what I'm saying? And my van is like on the other block where you guys told me to park it at to do this loop or whatnot, because I was in the area where they actually did have like parking loops. So she was just, like, I got back to the office after deciding I'm not delivering the block because I'm not going to get bit by a dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? I started this job without a dog bite. I'm not trying to end it with the dog bite. Like, come on, man. So I got back to the office and everybody's literally it hurtled around the desk. So nobody heard the phone ring. Nobody got the message that I sent from the scanner. Nothing, you know, and then it's just like the look of like, why didn't you deliver the mail? Like, you know, and that's what got to me. And I'm like, you know, I don't feel comfortable helping her. And like my postmaster literally went back and read everything I said in the text message to that particular coworker, which that's fine because I don't ever say anything about somebody that I won't repeat to their face. So of course I repeated it. And like we kind of got into like a little, I'm not even gonna say it was an argument. She said what she had to say, I said what I had to say, and my postmaster literally was just sitting there. And like I told her, I was like, you're very messy, and that was very unprofessional of you, because that was a conversation that you and I were having via text. It wasn't your place to go back and try and say it, read my entire text message to her. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing? Like, you supposed to be the higher up in this situation. It should have never been, I'm going to read you exactly what she said. If you wanted us to, like, come to a common ground, then you could have pulled us both in the office and handled that way better than that. So that was, like, one of my straws. And then, not to mention, we didn't even have a postmaster for real. Our postmaster was always, like, 45 miles away at another post office with an acting postmaster. And our supervisor basically ran the office. Like, it's just a bunch of stuff going on in that area that just, like, what have you, like, I don't know what they're doing. They don't even know what they're doing. Like, they don't even know what they're doing. Like, I was trained wrong. After I got to my office, I was trained wrong on so many things. Like, I never learned how to case. I was never showed how to case until, like, the last week of me just being there, and I decided I was going to resign. I was never showed how to case. Nobody showed me how to go in and case the mail. I mean, which I learned it in academy. And like I kept telling the supervisor, I'm like, look, I could case my own mail. You know what I'm saying? Instead of putting it on one of the regulars to do it, because it seemed like the regulars always were bitching about something, always had an attitude. They were just always very negative. And, you know, it's just like, I don't know. I don't thrive well in a negative environment. I mean, some people can. Some people live for drama. Some people live for negativity. But it's like, when I come to work, I don't want to have to deal with that. And I mean, I get it. Some people like, oh, don't let that mess up your bag. Da, 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 da. No, because I'm making $18.92. That's your starting rate if you were going into the post office, depending on where you live, I'm guessing. But it's just like, you know, for $18.92, I got to drive 45 miles or more every day. Not to mention, if you want me to travel, this like within a 50-mile radius. Then my hours were about to get cut because somebody was coming back from medical leave. You don't have full routes. Like, it was just a lot that factored into it. But I feel like the main thing was management and just like the environment. Like, nobody wants to work in negativity. If you thrive well in negative environments, then more kudos to you. But as for me, I'm gonna do what I gotta do to make sure I'm at peace mentally, physically, emotionally, because yeah, not to mention my last check got cheated. So it said I only worked 16 hours. I was averaging like 40 something hours every week. And even then, working all those hours, I wasn't making enough money to like have a honest living. Like, you know what I'm saying? I would have still needed another job at the end of the day had I not had other streams of income. So, do I recommend my office that I was working in to anybody? No. Do I recommend the post office? It's a good job. You just got to go through some stuff probably with whatever office you're dealing with. And I would never suggest anybody stay somewhere in a toxic, negative environment like I was in. Like I said, I'm very big on mental health. I'm very big on protecting my peace. I'm very big on you not about to play in my face. So I had to call it quits on my end. I did find another position closer to me, like literally like here in my area. I don't have to travel to go to work unless it's like maybe like a few blocks to get to the post office that I want to be working for. But even then, guys, like, I've been applying for other jobs, making the same amount, like literally being at home in my own space, well, making more than what I was making at the post office by just being at home in my own space. And like I said, I came from working at home, and I got the post office job because I'm like, you know, yeah, I'd be able to be outside, you know what I'm saying? like really was excited about the job, and it's just sad how my excitement instantly turned into like burnout. Like, this is not what I was expecting. Like, it wasn't. And like, I didn't start the job for vanity reasons, or I just really like, the uniform. I like the LLV, so that's what I want to do. No, I actually started the job because I'm 25 years old and I was looking for something that I could grow within, like a career-oriented job. You know what I'm saying? Something that in the next few years I'm going to be able to say, okay, I got me, some money saved up in my retirement, da-da-da. No, 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 and no. Like, it's just not, it wasn't for me. It might be for somebody else. So I can't tell you to go based off of my experience. You just got to try it for yourself and go from there. But like, no matter what job you're working, I'm never going to tell somebody to stick somewhere because of the money or the benefits. Like, just like you find one job, you're always going to find another. You just got to put yourself out there. And I mean, being young, like, there's a lot of people my age that want to work for themselves and work a job. And I mean, honestly, I see why. You know what I'm saying? So if you have that entrepreneur mindset, then more kudos to you. Like, keep thriving in that. But for us that have to switch jobs, don't feel bad about it. Do not feel bad about switching jobs. I mean, honestly, find something that works best for you. What does that company care about mental health? Does that company care about family? Like, I seen a post where somebody was like, work-life balance or something like, you want to be broke or you want to have work-life balance. Like, it's possible for you to make money and have a work-life balance. Like, honestly, you working 6 and 7 days a week, it is a burnout. And I commend all of you guys that do it. I commend all of you guys that can wake up every day and make that choice, you know what I'm saying, to choose these next couple years until you decide to retire over your family, over your health, over your well-being. Like, more kudos to you. But for me, like I said, I couldn't take it no more, especially not at that office. Like, I had enough time to go see my family. I had enough time to interact with my friends and stuff, but I still had to drive 45 minutes to get to work every day. I still was being tortured hell at my office. And I say torture because it's like, you don't want to, I'm not a confrontational person. So before I even go out my way to indulge in the negativity and, you know what I'm saying, make a scene, I'm just going to let it roll off the back. But honestly, I'm the type of person, things just can't roll off the back with me. Like, if you said something to me or you did something to me, like, I'm gonna think about it and for a couple days. And then it's, either I'm gonna let it dismiss it or I'm just gonna let it build up. And I mean, honestly, when you're not venting and talking about it, things build up. You know what I'm saying? I really did like working there. But even with the position that I do have, I don't know if I'm going to go back for real. And actually, I don't want to waste their time. I don't want to burn a bridge. So I did apply for a RCA position, but I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to take it because I have like 6 different job offers that I have to choose between now, along with me resigning and all that and accepting another position with the post office. So, moral of the story, do what's best for you. I'm no longer there. I mean, I'm sad about it, but I'm not going to let that be the end all be all. No matter where I go, I know that I'm going to thrive because I'm an amazing worker. I just hope that the post office, like, with this little thing where they have going on, like training new supervisors and stuff like that, I really seriously hope that they get some supervisors in office that are supportive, understanding, and you know what I'm saying, like willing to be there for the carriers. You know what I'm saying? Because as a city carrier, and I'm pretty sure as a rural carrier, I haven't been to RCA before, but like as a city carrier, you go through a lot. Your body is like, you doing a lot every day. And you know what I'm saying? To have somebody over you who doesn't give a damn about you, just wanting to get the mail delivered. Like, I understand that this is a business and the business goes on regardless of if somebody calls out, regardless of if somebody's family member dies, regardless of if your son is graduating from high school. like, it still has to go on. The show must go on, but you have to understand that people are not robots. They have feelings, they have lives, they have mental problems. Like, you know what I'm saying? Things can happen. A family member can pass. It'll affect you mentally, emotionally, physically. Like, you have to understand that people, at the end of the day, we are all human. That's it. So, I left. I left to protect my peace. I left because it was just getting to be too much. I don't thrive well in negative environments. I just can't. Busy environments, yes, put me under pressure. I won't work my tail off. But you put me somewhere where somebody being negative and want me to work under pressure as well, it's not gonna work. So, with that being said, I'm still going to keep doing my YouTube stuff because I was doing my YouTube stuff before I started working at the post office. So I'm still going to be vlogging. I do have some gear, some work stuff. Like, I got a sun hat, I got some uniforms. So honestly, I'm willing to give all that stuff away. Just pay for the shipping. Like, I might do like a post or something, like with the gear or whatever, and if you want it, it's up for grabs. You can have it. So, deuces.